Hi, my name's Elliot, and I'm here with my friends at Jamestown Settlement in Virginia. We're here to find out why the English came to Jamestown. Kaylee, why don't you head over to the ship's pier and find out?
And I'll go to the Powhatan Indian village to find out what happened between the English and the Powhatans once the settlers arrived.
Sounds great. I'll head over to the fort and find out what their lives were like once they got here.
Perfect. Meet you both later.
Hey, welcome to the ships. My name's Gretchen.
Hey Gretchen, I'm Kaylee. I'm looking to find why the English wanted to come to the New World in the first place.
Well, England's economy at the time's not doing very well. There's only one real major export, and there's also a population boom, so there's a lot more people with fewer jobs to go around. Now, about this same time, they're developing joint stock companies, which are really just investors or people who invest their money into a company. One of those companies is the Virginia Company of London. So the first settlers here are all employees of that company. In their first charter, it even suggests different ways they can make money. So they're hoping for gold or silver, but what they end up finding is more natural resources or raw materials to develop, like iron ore and timber.
Were the English the first Europeans to settle in the Americas?
No, in fact, by 1607, Europeans have been traveling to the New World for over 100 years. And even though the English and the Spanish had attempted settlements in the New World in North America, Spain was by far the dominant power here at the time. The English are even a little bit worried about the Spanish attacking them. And so in that first charter that we were discussing, it suggests that they go far enough upriver and settle there so they won't be seen by any passing ships out in the bay. Another good reason why they picked that spot is that the water was so deep right up to the land, they were able to tie their ships right up to the trees. Now, the English have seen how the riches of the New World have benefited Spain's economy, and so they're hoping for some of that success themselves.
Thanks, Gretchen. I'm going to find my friend in the Powhatan Indian village and see what he's found.
Hey, Kaylee. Carol was just telling me about how the English settlers at Jamestown would trade with the Powhatans for more things than just food.
That's right. The English did trade with the Powhatan Indians for food, but they also needed information about the region. They were hoping to find a passage to the East Indies. They needed to know about the natural resources available in the area that might be worth money. Things like gold and silver, furs, that could be made into hats. So the English came to Virginia bringing things that they knew would be valuable to the Powhatan Indians. Things like glass beads, metal tools, copper, which was an important status symbol to the Powhatan Indians. So Kaylee, you've just come from the ships. How about if we make you an English settler, and let's see if the two of you can work out a trade as they would have done 400 years ago.
So, since the English want to make money, I'll trade the copper for the fur.
Okay. Wait, Carol said earlier that the Powhatan don't speak English.
That's right. The Powhatan spoke a language called Algonquian. So, since you two don't speak the same language, I guess this trade is going to be silent. So you can see the lack of a common language is going to make it very difficult to trade for something like information. So, did you get something that's worth some money?
Yeah, the fur.
Excellent. But today you are both willing to trade. The Powhatan and the English didn't always get along. During periods of war, the English couldn't trade for things like food or those items that would make money.
So if the English weren't always able to trade for something to make a profit, what did they do?
I wonder if Elliot found that answer.
Hi, I'm Brian.
Hi, I'm Elliot. I was wondering, Jamestown was the first permanent English settlement, so what was their life like once they got here?
Oh, well, once the first expedition arrives, all of these men are employees of the Virginia Company of London. They're working to make a profit for that company. Initially, they're hoping to find gold and silver here, perhaps a water route through the continent to the Pacific. Doesn't really work out for them. There's a lot of things they try locally to make a profit. They ship back wood products and iron ore, sassafras, root, furs, pelts, even caviar from the sturgeons in the rivers. You've got attempts at glass making and silk production, even vineyards for wine making, but none of it really works out long term. Some of it makes money and not enough. Some of it doesn't make money at all.
Well, Jamestown was the first permanent English colony, so something they did must have worked. What did they finally do?
1614, John Rolfe establishes the first successful crop of tobacco here in the colony. He is growing a crop that's become very popular in England in this time period, all over Europe, and it's that cash crop that ends up making the majority of the profit for the Virginia Company.
Well, thank goodness John Rolfe was here.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you, Brian. You've been great, and I'll see you around.
Have a good day, Elliot.
Hey, guys. Did you find what you're looking for?
Definitely. I learned that Jamestown was an economic venture. The English came to North America to try and make a profit from all sorts of things like gold and silver.
Yeah,
And they also tried trading with the Powhatans for things like fur. But since they didn't always get along, they couldn't count on that as a way to make money.
Well, I found out after trying to look for gold and trying to trade furs, nothing really gave a profit to the Virginia Company. It wasn't until 1614 when John Rolfe grew tobacco, turns into a major cash crop. And that was their whole reason for staying in Virginia.
And establishing the first permanent English colony in the New World.